exact reasons why I think third wave feminism is not a good and positive movement, and it doesn't empower women or minorities the way it thinks it does. So I decided to make a top 10 list of my thoughts of why I'm not a feminist and why I'll never be one. Number 10, the movement is extremely huge and disorganized, and it has a billion branches, and these branches tend to contradict each other. For example, within the feminist movement, there are these ladies who consider themselves as TERFs. They are the trans exclusionary feminists. They hate trans people and they don't want trans people to be part of the feminist movement. They see trans males as traitors because they used to be women and now they're men, and they see trans females as intruders because they are men disguising themselves as female. They exist within the feminist movement and are very vocal. While they're feminists against pornography, they are feminists that are sex positive and see pornography as a way for women to empower themselves within the media using their sexuality. There are feminists against makeup, seeing it as a tool of the patriarchy, but there are also feminists who see makeup as empowering, and as well as stilettos and other beauty products. It's all contradictions upon contradictions. So feminism as a label, it just means all of these things, and usually they contradict each other. And it just makes you think, what really is feminism? Number 9, feminism hates comedy and always attacks and tries to censor comedy. One of the biggest targets of feminism are stand-up comedians who do rape jokes or jokes that involve women in the kitchen, and feminists can't handle jokes, even though a rule of comedy is that it makes fun of everyone and every single stereotype. No one is safe. Everyone is an equal field in comedy. That's one of my main problems, because whenever you hang out with feminists, you kind of have to step on eggshells and you don't really know whether your comment is going to offend anyone. So a lot of their comedy and their brand of comedy is very inoffensive, safe, and bland, and just not funny or risky or spontaneous. It just takes that element out of comedy. They also seem to focus that jokes can destroy the fabric of society. Like, one rape joke will make a rapist feel proud and will have him rape everybody. Like, they think that jokes can influence people's most negative senses and have them commit horrible things, when that's not true. We've been saying jokes for the longest time, and there's no proof whatsoever that jokes can lead people to do horrible acts of violence or sexual violence in particular. Number 8 is crappy ally treatment. For those who do not know, an ally is somebody who doesn't fall under the unprivileged, oppressed category that feminists have. They have a system of privilege to define who is actually oppressed or not. So if you're male, white, or cis, you're considered as a privileged person. So if you want to join the feminist movement, you won't be considered as one of the main voices, but you'll be considered an ally. And they treat their allies like garbage. Like, I'm gonna show some comics right here. This is how they see their male allies. They see them as their little puppy dogs that they are supposed to represent the men they want. Very silent, very subservient, and just lending them a voice when they feel like it. They need their permission to speak, because they think that women's voices have been robbed long enough, even though there's no problem for a woman to get a soapbox